Okay. Hello, replay viewers. Who is in the room? It happened. The worst came to fruition. Good to see you, April. Good to see you, Griff. Gretchen Blue, hello. Josh, hello. Arnie is here. Hello, Arnie Diamond. Good to see you, RD. Very distressing turn of events just now. Good to see you, Tracy. Good to see you, Jack. Good to see you, Lotus Flower. Good to see you, Brian. Tom Hanks has it. That's not good. Carrie Harris, hello. I wish it was under better circumstances. I wish this was under better circumstances. The NBA, yes, tomorrow night's game at the Barclays Center. Well, Arnie, I already do that. Arnie, so a couple of things before I start this up. One, do not tell me the obvious. I wash my hands all the time. I've been doing this before there was such a thing called coronavirus. So please, no stupid comments, no stupid questions. And so please try to keep it adult, because telling me to wash my hands is the most basic thing to tell me, because I've been doing that before I even. So what if Americans are there on vacation? Well, if Americans are there on vacation, they're going to come back and they're going to have extra screening, and most likely will have to go into quarantine. Wear a mask. I'm not sick yet, Raphael, and a mask won't do anything. I got to get an N92 mask, and I don't have that. You might be talking to someone else in here. Okay. Is the St. Patrick's Day parade canceled? No, it's not. No, it's not. As of this point, no, it's not. Follow their Twitter feed, because the news went out that the St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled, but it's not. As of this moment, it's not, but it probably will be canceled. The city council, president of the city council did put out a note saying non-essential gatherings are going to be, don't have them. Working on a video, just heard it's insane. Yeah, it sucks, Abby. Yes, that's why, Gretchen, you got to wear your own. If you only wear a mask if you're sick. Been wearing an N75. Do you work outside there, Raphael? The Boston parade's been canceled. That sucks. Good to see you there, Rose. Looks like JFK Airport's out of business, and don't forget we have domestic travel, and UK is still going there. Moonrise over Breezy Point. That's nice. I wish I was there to see it. So, a lot of my business comes from Europe. I would say about 2/3 of my business comes from Europe, especially since I do bicycle tours. And with this 30-day travel ban, it is really, really, really scary, because it's definitely going to affect my business. I'm definitely going to lose money. I already lost money with a group from China, but that is to be expected. They were from China. I was not expecting a 30-day travel ban from Europe. And the scary part of this whole situation is how suddenly this entire situation has snowballed. Looking at the big picture, just outside of tourism, Coney Island is now affected by this issue. Coney Island is getting 3 new rides delivered, and those rides are from Zamperla, and they're manufactured out in Italy. Now, even though now Italy's all under quarantine, with this new travel embargo and travel ban, and cargo is also affected, whatever parts of whatever rides people have bought from Zamperla are going to be stuck in Italy. So this is affecting so many people along a chain. Now, will there be financial relief for me? No, because I'm an independent contractor. I have to I have to, and you guys clearly are not even listening to me. Going by the comments, nobody's paying attention to what I'm saying. So I'm just going to ignore the comments and just talk. And actually, you know what, just for the hell of it, since nobody is even paying attention, I just hit the comments on myself. So now I'm not going to see the comments. Because clearly none of you guys are even paying attention to what I'm saying. But getting back to the subject, besides tour guides like me, besides that, you got to think about the people who run restaurants. You have to think about people. The airline industry. There's a lot of people in the airline industry who are going to be vastly affected, especially if their main route is the route from the United States over to Europe. Here's the double whammy. It's the springtime. It's spring break time. Spring break begins officially 2 weeks from now, really next week, because next week a lot of European countries have, like I know the Netherlands and Germany have spring breaks coming up the last week of March going into April. That's when we get a lot of people coming here. When there's a national holiday, when there's school break, and this has hit right at that time, right at the time when we're coming back off of the winter quiet. This is now going to hit us for the next 30 days. Now, let's hope this only lasts 30 days. Because if it lasts any longer, then there are going to be a lot of people hurting. Now, I might be able to get by, and I'll tell you how. If people, and this is kind of the reason why I'm doing this video, for people who live in the United Kingdom, the United States, Mexico, the Caribbean, Canada, you guys could still come here and visit. A lot of South American countries have not been affected by coronavirus. So my message to you is come out here, come on out, visit New York City. We're not going to close. We're still going to be open. There's still going to be stuff open. They may limit stuff. This actually may be a very interesting time to visit New York City, because I know for a fact, beginning tomorrow, or I think it might have been today even, at the new observation deck at Hudson Yards called The Edge, World Trade Center, Empire State Building, Top of the Rock, all the major observation decks have limited their capacity. I'm pretty sure that's also going to happen to the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, anywhere where people have to hop on a boat or get inside an elevator. They're going to begin limiting capacity so that people don't really congregate in large groups. So this may be a fruitful time to actually, come out here, experience the city, and not have any crazy crowds. Now, today when I walked through Times Square, it was a bit empty, but then again, this is the off season. And, this is the off season, so let's see what happens. And I'm going to try to be positive, but if you're watching this in Canada, in Mexico, the United States, in the Caribbean, in South America, if you still have plans to travel here to New York City, come, take advantage. Come out here, spend a little bit of money. I mean, I feel like, to be honest, how this was after September 11th, with the sweeping travel bans and trying to get people back. It's very eerie in that sense. Like, the first thing I thought of was that this is right after 9/11, and Mayor Giuliani and George Pataki have that commercial, and more than ever, come on out to New York, more than ever. So, but this is going to affect me financially. I'm happy I'm not traveling, because now I could really hoard my money and not spend my money. And but if you're planning to come out here, enjoy the city. Now, for everyone in Europe, you know, I feel for the people in. I really do feel for the people in Italy. Now I'm going to address the president's 12-minute speech. The president's 12-minute speech, to make a little bit of light of it, it felt like he was a hostage, and that he was talking. He was talking a bit forced. He couldn't be his normal self. He was too controlled, and to not mention the Italians and what they're going through. They're a major ally of ours. I thought that was a bit disrespectful, considering what has happened in especially in Italy over the last week. It would have been nice to have maybe a message in there, 10 seconds, to say we stand in solidarity with the people of Italy. And I want to say that right now. If you're watching this in Europe and watching this in Italy, I had people from Italy on my tour on Tuesday. So me, as a United States citizen, as a person who lives in New York and here in Brooklyn, I stand in solidarity with you guys, because I know it must not be pleasant to be under a travel ban in your own country, in your own house. So I could assure you that the American people are with you, and that you guys are not alone. We are all in this boat together. We're all in the same boat together. And but the president's speech was forced, and for me, it did not give me very much comfort, because basically the main meat and potatoes of that speech was the European travel ban. I did not feel rest assured. I did not feel more calm, but I'm making myself feel calm by keeping myself educated about how I'm going to keep myself healthy and safe and happy. And if anyone's getting this fucking virus, it's going to be me, because I am meeting people constantly from all over the world, and a lot of those people come from Europe. The first thing I thought of when the president said that there's going to be a 30-day travel ban to Europe was, I actually thought about I should bring a pen and paper to work now, and let me really tick off how many people from what country come from where on each tour. So whether they come from the States, what state do they come from? If they come from Canada, what city, what province? Same thing goes for anywhere. And I think I want to try to start keeping tabs of that now, just for peace of mind for my own self. But it's really sad what's going on, and hopefully the tourism industry here in New York City is going to be rocked really bad. It's already being rocked really hard. I think doing this for even just 30 days is gonna rock it even harder, and we'll see. We will see what happens. But you guys are not alone out there. Especially in Europe and especially in Italy. But I would have liked the president to say something about the Italian people, to emphasize the fact that the virus comes from China. We all know that. That was kind of a little ridiculous. But the president was not very presidential. He looked scared. I mean, W gave a better speech after September 11th. W gave a way better speech after September 11th to bring calm to the country. This message that he did tonight was kind of, again, it felt forced, and he knew, there were people telling him clearly behind the scenes that you better stay on fucking script. Don't deviate from the fucking script. So I think that was part of the reason why he looked like a fucking hostage doing that conference. All right. I'm going to turn the comments back on now. I'm going to turn the comments back on. Yes, Osvaldo. Yeah. Yeah, off to sleep, Bobby. All right. Thank you so much, Jack. Yeah, that's a good thing. What? Okay. Yeah, hopefully not, RD. Hopefully this ends very soon. Yeah, exactly, Lori, with the long gestation period. Yeah, a lot of people are staying in Florida. Yeah, you'll be in October. Hopefully this will all blow over by October. Boy, this is a big comment right here. Entry suspended from foreign. Does not apply to green card hold. Yeah, but still, no. It's Josh. It still affects tourism, and also cargo. Okay, there's no travel ban to the Caribbean. But all right, now I'm back up with the comments now. Now, I don't care that Tom Hanks has it. Okay, Tom Hanks has it. That's news that I'm going to hear about already. That's going to be news that I'm going to hear about already. So we're not here to talk about I am not here doing this live stream to talk about stuff that is easily found in the media. I am not here to talk about how strong masks are and that how you should have, and that I should be wearing a mask, or that you personally wear a mask. See you tomorrow on social media broadcast. All right, Jack. Yeah, I'll probably do a few Instagrams tomorrow. I am working tomorrow in Central Park. I do have a lot of people on the tour tomorrow. So let's see how that goes. Today I had people from the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. I had people from London. And the thing that's now really rubbing me the wrong way about today's tour, it was a good tour today, but the folks from Canada were really big Colbert fans. And a lot of the talk shows today, I did not know this. I did not know this when I did my tour, and I feel really bad because I wish I did know this. A lot of the talk shows that tape here in Manhattan, they have got rid of their studio audiences. So there was no audience at The View today. There was no audience at a lot of these shows today. So I don't think Colbert had an audience today. So I feel really bad. A Panamanian doctor felt sick and came there Came there to a salsa festival. He went dancing knowing he was sick. People are stupid. People are stupid. People are dumb. But good to see you, Deborah. But yes, this is gonna rock my industry tremendously. It is not cool. It is not cool. This is probably gonna be the biggest thing that affects tourism since September 11th. And even if it only happens even if the travel ban only lasts for 1 month, that's what's gonna happen. It is gonna drastically affect business here in New York City. Am I not crossing the street fast enough for them? I have the light, they know. But I'm nervous how it's going to play out, but hopefully it blows over, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail. A month is a lot. Walking the beach at Coney, yeah, it is the healthiest walk in the city. All that nice, fresh ocean air. It's warm out here. Is it just me, or is it fucking warm out here? Oh my God, Lori, you do not have to do that, Lori. I really appreciate that, Lori. You really don't have to do the $20 super chat. You're gonna make me cry now. Thank you so much, Lori. I really appreciate that. You don't have to do that, Lori. Oh my God. All right, Rose. Yeah, you missed the beach. Yeah, that's why I can't live in land. That's why I can't live in land. I need to be by the beach. I need to be by the beach. I appreciate that, Lori. I appreciate it. Luckily, I have some money saved. But, I mean, I'm still working. I still have dates I have to fulfill. I still have work through the end of the month. But April is usually the month when we get going again. And now that that's not going to happen, It's going to be a little, we're extending winter. That's right, Meg. But, I appreciate that, Josh. I really do appreciate that super chat. You guys don't have to give me super chats, guys. If you feel bad, don't worry about me, man. I'm good. Good to see you, Jim. Good to see you, Jim. Yeah, and with no fucking snow this year. Warm. Warm. It's really warm out here right now. I will hang in there, Carl. I'll be fine. I don't think it's going to last less than a month, Osvaldo. I do not think it's going to last less than a month. That is one thing I am positive of. It's going to last 30 days. I mean, there's people who perform in operas. There's teachers. There's translators. I mean, think about all the people that are going to be affected by this. So many different types of people are going to be affected by this. And you're happy there was less snow. You're in upstate New York, though. But I mean, people are going to be. You may go into in June. That'd be great if you come out here in June. If again, part of my messaging here tonight on this YouTube video is to tell from me as a New York City tour guide, and to get the word out that if you live in Europe. We first of all, if you live in Europe, especially in Italy, we stand in solidarity with you. But two, if you live in the United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, anywhere where you can still travel here and you're thinking about still traveling here, come out here. Don't cancel your reservations unless the government tells you to. If you can still travel, the only travel I will not tell you to do is don't go on cruise ships. Don't go on cruise ships, whatever you do. Don't go on cruise ships because cruise ships are a horrible petri dish of stuff. And we all know that now. But look how clear the water is tonight. It's like so still out here. There's no wind out here. This is like the calm before the fucking storm. Yeah, don't go on cruise ships ever. Yes, like I said, Meg, there's going to be many people affected by this. Anyone in the service industry is affected by this. And like I said, teachers and translators, and I mean, just so many people are going to be affected by this. It's not cool. It's not cool. And again, I hope it only lasts for 30 days. But who knows how long it could last for. It all depends on how this thing spreads and how it manifests itself. It's all about how it's going to play out. Last year it's already here. Yeah. So last year here in New York City, we had 67 million people visit the city. Are we going to hit even 60 million? Are we going to hit even 50 million? Are we going to hit even 20 million? Who knows? But for people who can travel here, travel here. Go to Disney World. Go to Disneyland if you plan to go out there in April during your spring break. Continue to travel. Just take common sense measures. We're no longer in a nursing home. Yes, exactly. Good to see you, Gopher Hockey. Just the little things. Just the little things. But again, how hard is it to fucking wash your hands? How hard is it to wash your hands? It's not hard to wash your hands. And bring your own tip, exactly. Just bring your own tip money. And you will be fine. Teachers get paid salary plus they have sick leave. Yeah, no, teachers are affected in many different ways. This is the Verrazano Bridge. Yeah, not all teachers. Yeah, I could imagine Gopher Hockey. There are lots of protocols going down lately, and it's all about common sense. I mean, these are common sense measures that I deal with people all the time. The last time I got really sick was probably like a year and a half ago, where I couldn't go to work and I was having migraines, but I never get sick. Why? Because I wash my fucking hands. I only use hand sanitizer when I'm working on a bike tour and I have oil on my hands. So other than that, I just wipe down my hands. But I'm wondering what Walt Disney World's going to look like 2 weeks from now. That's going to be the real test. Remember, the travel ban begins on Friday. That's the scary thing. And I've noticed the last couple of weeks, Tracy. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been watching the live streams from Walt Disney World and in Disneyland. There are less people out there. Sometimes you'll have clusters of people, like obviously, all the marquee attractions, all the new stuff, but the parks are empty. Very good, Rose. Now, the price of oil dropping is pretty insane because the thing that makes the price of oil falling so insane is the fact that the Saudi Arabian government decided to flood the market. And yes, Disney closed all their parks in China. What is it? Shanghai Disneyland is closed. Hong Kong Disneyland is closed. Disney Tokyo Sea, Tokyo Disneyland are closed. What else is closed? But a bunch of Disney parks are closed. And that's unprecedented. That's pretty insane. Yeah, well, this is the thing. It's going to clearly hit the local folk harder than anything else. I mean, these places employ a lot of people. Again, you're going to have bartenders affected and chefs affected. And, it's a very long comment here. Yeah, exactly, Meg. Well, parts of the city are open, but Shanghai pretty much is on a lockdown. Your wonder is, this is the thing, Gopher Hockey. I think that this may be let's look on the bright side of this whole scenario. The best thing that could happen out of this is that a lot of folks who were planning to go to Europe, who were planning to just travel anywhere and they're weary of flying or anything like that, I have a feeling that staycations, and when I'm talking about a staycation, I'm talking about people who drive or maybe take a train, but mostly land-based travel. I think the airlines are going to be completely screwed, domestically and internationally. But I have a feeling that people that are within 90 minutes to 2 hours of a location will now go to their local spots. And that's what I actually see happening, is that people will stay local, and you never know. This may be an unexpected windfall for tourists who visit their local areas, because they're going to have all the attractions pretty much open. Broadway is trying to stay open, and Broadway trying to stay open is kind of amazing. And yeah, national parks. I see local destinations getting very popular. But that's if people aren't spooked. Hopefully nobody's spooked to the point where nobody wants to go out. This is where the scary part comes in, the fear part comes in. But I encourage people, if you're planning on traveling to New York City, especially since you may have booked your vacation months ago, come on out. Don't kill your plans just yet. Especially if you're here in the States, North America, South America, Central America, the Caribbean. If you're here in this little neck of the woods and you have reservations, then get out there and enjoy them. I missed a comment there. That's common knowledge, Meg. That's common knowledge. That's nothing I did not know already. Well, the industry has no choice to address it fast. The industry has to just roll with it. This is where the scary part comes into being. Well, here's the deal with, all right, let me address the morons who are hoarding toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and all this other stuff. Get a fucking grip, folks. Get a grip. Because to hoard all these items is not going to help you. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help anyone. Okay? And a lot of hotels, I heard about that. A lot of hotels are doing refunds, no questions asked. A lot of airlines are doing that too. But now, a big question is, why are people hoarding toilet paper? The reason why people are hoarding toilet paper is because there was a stupid rumor that went out that a lot of toilet paper is manufactured in China. And since China has this whole embargo going on, that there's going to be a shortage of toilet paper. That is not going to happen. So, for the most part, here in the United States, toilet paper is made domestically. And so I'm pretty sure we don't have to worry about toilet paper shortages. But if you're hoarding it, get a grip, relax. If you're wearing a mask, now here's a really important message for everyone who is not sick and wearing a mask in public. You're doing two things. You're giving in to the mass hysteria that could happen in these kind of situations. And two, you are limiting the supply of masks for people who really need them. There's somebody out there who now can't find a mask, and they're sick. They're sick. They have a cold. They have the flu. And they need a mask to wear to keep their own stuff with them. Now they can't find one because a moron decided, let me buy 3 boxes. I'm not sick. My family isn't sick. And then you go out there in public wearing a mask, and you give into the whole hysteria that, oh my God, everyone's sick. And the other funny thing is that unless it's an N95 mask or whatever, you're not helping out anything anyway. And I hate I really do with a passion. I have people, whether it be in my Twitter feed or in my Facebook feed, and these people are not fucking sick, and they're wearing the mask on the subway, and they're like, I have to protect myself. Well, you're not protecting no one by wearing a mask if you're not sick. You're giving into the hype. You're giving into the fear. This is why people are panic buying all this stuff. Ugh. Exactly, Gopher Hockey. That's the other problem. Allergy season is coming up, and especially here in the Northeast, we're having an early spring. So there's going to be so much pollen in the air. It is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Exactly, Josh. Yeah. Right? Everyone, you're already suffering already, right? The pollen counts are going to be astronomical. Astronomical. Only $40, Meg? Only $40? There was a store here in Manhattan selling 4-ounce bottles of Purell for $52. 4-ounce bottle. So $40, that's a fucking deal. Again, you could throw out all the little stories you've heard. I've heard and listened to everything. Let's talk about calming people down. Let's talk about solutions. And let's not talk about this little story there. I mean, I could be here for 90 minutes talking about how a Korean woman yesterday morning got beat up on the subway because somebody said that she wasn't wearing a fucking mask. I could spend hours on that, but I'm not, because I'd rather talk about solutions, not about stories that I've heard on the internet and in the news. Good to see you, Christian. Negative, what's it there? It's negative fear-based attraction marketing. Yeah, you choose love. Thank you for choosing love. It is going to be interesting when the season changes. It is going to be very interesting when the season changes and when allergy season actually gets in. So that's another thing. Like today at the beginning of my tour, if you watch my Instagram stories this morning, I did not have a cup of coffee, right? So because I did not have a cup of coffee this morning, when I started doing my tour, I had a bit of a dry mouth. And of course, as I'm starting up my tour, I start coughing because a little bit of spit goes down the wrong tube. And then of course I got to laugh that off. But in the next few weeks, when all the trees begin budding out and all the flowers begin budding out, you're going to have a lot of people coughing. So you have to keep yourself calm. You have to maintain, besides positive thinking, you have to think critically. How does that person look on the outside who is coughing? Are they sweating a lot? Are they overdressed? Are they underdressed for the weather? Are they stumbling when they walk? You have to look at the bigger picture and don't just focus on the minute macro stuff, like somebody doing a little cough like that. And like me, right there you go, a little sniffle right there. You gotta employ common sense, critical thinking, not hysteria thinking, critical thinking. Think logically. Now, if you work in an office, I recommend that, yes, you should go home. If I was still working in an office, I would not be going to work. You know why? Because you're breathing in recycled air. I can't open a window in an office building, right? So I think for those people, if you work in an office, I think now is the time to stay home now. If you could work from home, stay home. But people like me, sanitation workers, police officers, EMTs, firemen, nurses, doctors, residents, they all got to get outside. They all have functions to do in your town and in your city. So they have to get out there. But what did Tracy say there? Actually look at people and their actions. Yeah. Anyway, what do you think we are, adults? Yeah, right? I see some adults acting like complete children on social media just because they want attention. We're just listening to the Law of Attraction YouTuber about an hour ago who spoke about coronavirus and said to use your mind and heart to protect yourself and stop giving into fear. Exactly, Christian. Exactly. Critical thinking. Think logically. Don't panic think. Because this is the time when people could begin panicking over the most, minute stuff. Critical thinking will help you in this situation here. And you have to educate yourself, do the little things. But something as simple as people washing their hands, this is something that shouldn't have to be said. Good to see you, Nigel. This is something that doesn't need to be said. Practice good hygiene. The president doesn't need to come out and say, practice good hygiene. Yeah, okay, there you go, Tracy. Yeah, critical thinking. Think logically. Slow down. Don't panic. Don't panic buy stuff. Yes. I think that's the comment of the evening. Coney Island Jim. Yes, these people should be barred from reproducing, but most likely these are the people who are reproducing the most. No, it's not just the president saying, but the president should, my point of me saying that is the president shouldn't have to say that. The president shouldn't have to say practice good hygiene, but people don't practice good fucking hygiene. You teach kids from China since December, seem pretty calm. Yeah, that's good. The doctors were fighting it, yeah. Yeah, yes. It's up there. It's up there. I appreciate that, Christian. Oh, it's for Kirsten. Oh my God, Kirsten. All right, Kirsten. I'm sorry about that, man. But good to see you. I appreciate the positive energy. This is what I want to hear. This is what I want to see in the comments. I want positive. I want solutions. I want to see solutions. But I wasn't expecting to do a live stream tonight. I also was not expecting to go to the beer store and get some beer tonight because I was not going to drink tonight. But with all this news tonight, I'm a little depressed. I'm a little sad. Kristen. Good to see you, Kristen. Exactly, Nigel. Yeah. I will drink Corona. I should get a 6-pack of Corona just to do it. Even though I don't like that beer. And then that beer is going to remind me of summertime. And then I'm going to get all sad that it's going to be summer in 2 weeks. Everything begins to open up. So, I mean, this is the other thing. Everything's going to open up in Coney Island in 2 weeks. What kind of atmosphere it's going to be 2 weeks from now? What kind of every day is going to be here in New York City? Are the streets going to be deserted? Are the subways going to be empty? Are the subways going to even be open? Will my only way to get around is by either walking or riding a bike? A lot could happen. The thing about tonight's travel ban is how fast this is now escalating. It's snowballing. And who knows what could happen in 2 weeks? A lot could happen in 2 weeks. So we just have to prepare ourselves, because prepare for the worst. And if the worst doesn't happen, then hey, it's all roses. You wonder if they'll cancel the New Kids on the Block cruise in April. You know a few who are attending it. I think they're going to be canceling all cruises. We will get through this, Arnie. Absolutely. We will get through this. We will. We have no choice. And if we don't get through it, guess what? We're probably dead, right? Because what is getting through it? You know, what is getting through something? Is it merely surviving? Nigel. Exactly. That's common knowledge, Nigel. Everyone who's died. There was a person who died in New Jersey yesterday. And this person who died in New Jersey, he was like diabetic, and he had a bad lung, and it's like these people already had a foot in heaven's door already. A lot of these people who are, Italy. The reason why so many people are dying in Italy. I did not know that Italy age-wise, is one of the oldest countries in the world. Like by average, you have a lot of people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even hundreds. You have a lot of elderly people out there. I've never realized that. I never realized that until 2 days ago. Why are all these Italians dying? Because they're all elderly. They have free health care. Isn't that amazing? We'll see. I hope not. You realize that 150 million people, 150 Americans, Arnie, you realize that 150 million Americans, that's half the population of the United States. I think it's a little bit lower than that. Yeah. If you're young and you're healthy, you'll be fine. Well, public gatherings, Nigel, I think we're at the point right now where we have to limit large public gatherings. One of the main clusters up in Washington State all stemmed from one convention. Over 70 cases of COVID-19 came from one convention in Washington State. So I think we need to curb the big gatherings, I think, right now. That's right, Kirsten. Or Kristen. Mispronouncing your name. Angela Merkel said, yes, 40% of German. That I did see there. Coney Island baby's in the house. Good to see you. I know, she's not saying that to spread hysteria. I saw that number from Germany, which that threw me off. That was amazing. Yes, when you go to church and you give communion, you bow Exactly. Yes, Tracy. You just gotta stay clean. You gotta keep mindful of what you touch, how you touch your face. I saw that video, Nigel. There's a couple of videos from people in Australia panic buying toilet paper, but that's not really the issue we're talking about here. Again, I rather talk about solutions, not about little stories we've heard on the internet, because if we keep reiterating little stories on the internet about people, you know what's funny, Coney Island baby, who was it? Was it some magazine? I think it might have been High Times or something like that. They actually talked about a way to pass a joint without spreading anything. So you use like your hand and go like that. And anyway, good to see you there, Robinson. Yeah. Merkel actually said 60 to 70% of all Germans. That's crazy. Now, are we going to hit 50% here in the United States? I hope not, but you never know. Yeah, no, handshaking at church, no more of that, no more of that, no more of that, no more of that. Like, again, I bow. Like tomorrow when I do my tour, I bow. Yes, clean their steering wheels. Deborah, you realize, you said steering wheels, Deborah. That's the reason why they canceled the auto show this year here in New York City, or they postponed it. It's because people get inside cars, they touch the steering wheel. Jazz hands. Yeah, disinfect your phone. You quit 9 days ago and you regret it already? You quit your job 9 days ago? That's not good. But yeah, I constantly clean my phone. If I don't use hand sanitizer on my hands, I use it on my phone. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no joints. Oh, you quit that 9 days ago. Okay. Oh, well, I think you should go back to smoking then. I don't know. These are tough times. These are tough times. We have to sometimes, like I'm going to get beer right now. Sometimes we have to self-medicate. We'll be fine. The city will be fine. But just to reiterate, if you're going to come out to New York, you just don't do cocaine. Cocaine will not cure your COVID. I heard that. People are snorting cocaine and bleach. How fucking stupid are people? Are people really that stupid that people are snorting cocaine and bleach and they think that it's going to cure them from the COVID? Are people really that fucking dumb? Good to see you there. Is that Retro Jess? Good to see you, Retro Jess. Yes, RD. I am a strong proponent of natural selection, especially for people who want to snort bleach. Exactly. You make a little bong out of your hands, and that's how you can pass a joint without touching it. The only bleach, yeah, the only bleach will work if you snort it. Sometimes, spray Lysol on your steering wheel, and you're pouring a Corona like that. Enjoy the Corona. Yeah, hopefully this will end fast. There are a lot of dumb people around. Yes, people are snorting cocaine and bleach because they think it cures the COVID. Buy grain alcohol. There you go. Use it as a disinfectant. Joe Rogan has some okay advice. I'm not a big fan of Joe Rogan's show, but I've been hearing he has some good advice. There have been some people who've been putting good advice out there, but yeah, cocaine would only numb your teeth in your head. What? Louisville headline said some people have been saying that drugs have been infected with the virus, and they would test them for free. That's funny. Only the dentist. Only the dentist. You think Manhattan Express bus will be safer than a subway? Manhattan Express bus would probably be very safer than the subway. But again, remember that. Good to see you, Ted. But remember that on the express bus, Deborah, remember that the seats are upholstery, so thus that could kind of hold in stuff. So if you do ride the express bus, make sure, again, you wipe down your hands. You just kind of clear the whole thing from it. Oh, you miss my old man on the roof impressions? People, smoke 'em if you got 'em, people. People, I'm going to show you the same thing over and over again, people. And I'm going to repeat myself, people, because I have to remind everyone that people are watching, because there's lots of people in the people world. Because they're people. Bleh. He's a vampire. Anyway, you've seen the subway. The subway's amazing now. Oh my God, the subway is really, really clean. Something that the subway should have been this clean the whole fucking time. For them to just clean the subway now is fucking ridiculous. But the subway is so clean. At my station here at 95th Street, I could personally attest that every morning for the last 2 mornings, when I go down into the subway, they are cleaning the trains. This morning, Linda, I was on a rush hour train and I was on a very crowded train. I was on a very crowded train this morning. Was I a little bit nervous? I'll be lying if I said I wasn't. But again, keep napkins around. Wipe your hands. Be cognizant of what you're touching and you'll be fine. Exactly, we pay the fares. Exactly. It shows you that they could keep it clean if they wanted to, right? You're walking everywhere in New York? Good. Your walking is good. Don't be scared to come to the city, you know? No, I don't know. I don't think it's going to cost New Yorkers extra for all this cleaning. I think it's within the budget. People are getting overtime. They put these contingency plans always off in the background, kind of empty on the. That's interesting. I haven't noticed different levels of people yet. So in Central Park, there are a lot of people in the park today. Yesterday was kind of empty, but by the end of the tour, more people were in the park. So tomorrow is going to be a really good gauge, because I will be in Midtown tomorrow. I do have tickets to climb the vessel tomorrow afternoon. So I might be climbing the vessel tomorrow on live stream. So a lot of what Central Park was crowded last week. You thought, yeah, no. Central Park is always crowded when it's good weather. New York Cares called you today, and they keep asking you if they need more people at the job. Wow. Yeah, they have all the money. Yeah, exactly. They didn't spend the money clearing the snow. That's true. You going to the Edge tomorrow, Linda? Nice. I'm not going to the Edge tomorrow, but one of our friends, Keanu, is going to the Edge tomorrow. And after he goes to the Edge tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'm going to meet him. So after I do my tour tomorrow, I'm planning to walk the vessel to kill time. Love going up the vessel. It is amazing. It is amazing architecture. I got tickets for 12:30, so I think Keanu will be up there at 11:30. Give him an hour, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours to be up there. And we'll be down on the ground doing a live stream. I've already have been asked to do an interview for Channel 11. So let's see how that goes. I'm meeting up with Greg Mocker at, I think, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. So I have that. You're going at 10:20 in the morning. Nice. I'll be in Central Park at 10:20. I will be at Central Park. At 10:20 in the morning, I should be getting to Strawberry Fields. At 10:20 in the morning, I should be getting to Strawberry Fields and doing the final act of my Central Park walking tour. So, all right, let's go get beer, and let's call this a live stream. I've been on for an hour. I feel like I've told you guys everything that's going on in my head. So the interview is for how tour guides will be affected by this travel ban. So the minute, he literally messaged me as I was setting up the live stream here. So I said, hells yeah, I'll talk about it on Channel 11. Hells yeah. You're in Florida now? Yes, there are a few cases down. It's like, I think 2 cases in Florida. Not too many. Yeah, I wish it was under better circumstances, Linda. Yes, Sierra Nevada torpedoes, yes. Yeah, I wasn't planning to drink tonight, but I need to drink. I'm like, too many thoughts are going through my head right now. I have to not think. Are we screwed? The potential is there, Coney Island, baby. The potential for tour guide work to be thoroughly screwed is there. But part of my messaging here on this YouTube video is to tell people from North America, from Central America, from South America, from the United Kingdom, from the Caribbean, that if you still have plans to visit New York City, whether it be in 2 weeks or in April, come out. Come out. Come out, and it will be fantastic. And if anyone wants to remove PS, that would be an awesome thing you could do. I can't ban him for some reason. I could only put him in a timeout. People who just write that in the comments, I never understood their logic, the people who do that. Exactly. Let's not go down that road, Coney Island, baby. Let's not talk about that. He wants attention, and he wants people to say that in the comments, so. This is the thing I was really worried about, is the name. Thanks for blocking him, Nigel. Yeah, Troll's going to be trolling. A lot of people, when they see the title of this video here, I'm gonna get those kind of people. It's only inevitable. Thank you so much, Griff. But have a great night, Josh. I really appreciate the super chat, Josh. Really appreciate the super chat. But you know what's also going to be really interesting? We have tickets to go to the new observation deck, which opened up today, called The Edge. I saw 2 live streams from The Edge today, one from Jennifer O'Brien and the other one from Action Kid. And there were a lot of people up there. So that's a good sign that there's still people here in the city. But again, I have tickets to go up to The Edge on Monday, March 30th, so 2 weeks from now. What's the world going to be like in 2 weeks? I think in 2 weeks, we're going to have to reconvene with this conversation and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? And also, what has transpired, what's going to transpire in the next 2 weeks? It does look awesome there, Griff. It seemed like a lot of people were up there tonight for sunset, and we did not get a sunset here in New York today. Exactly. April, exactly. Common sense will have to prevail, Nigel. I hope it does, but it will. Yes, they are limiting people to all observation decks. So they're limiting people to all observation decks here in New York City because they don't want too many people inside the elevators at any given time. So this may be a golden opportunity for people to visit the city, go to some sites, and they're not going to be crazy crowded. So this is why I'm telling people who live in the United States and in Canada and Mexico and Central America and South America and in the Caribbean, if you have plans to come out here in the United Kingdom, if you're not too nervous about this, if you're competent to fly, if you're not sick, come out. It's gonna be fine, and you may actually enjoy yourself, and it will be a pleasure for me and the other 18,000 tour guides here in New York City to show you around and to show you the city. Because just like after 9/11, we're not going anywhere. We are not gonna go anywhere. We're gonna be fine, but common sense stuff, folks. Common sense. Exactly, Lori. Exactly. It's a good excuse to have a staycation. If you were planning to go to Europe, if you were planning to go on a cruise ship, and all that stuff kind of fell through just now, if you were able to get refunds and get money back, then get out there, spend your money, because again, everyone's going to be affected by this. Everybody's going to be affected by this. Everybody from tour guides like me to your favorite restaurants, because rediscover your city. Exactly. Rediscover your hometown. Especially if you're in the big cities. Get out there. Every business will be affected by this eventually. But the people who I'm thinking about are the doctors, the nurses, the live-in residents for people in hospitals. These are the people who we all have to be thinking about now, because these are the people who are on the front lines of this potential disaster. So those are the people who my thoughts are with right now. While I am thinking about my fellow tour guides and my big bus drivers and my water taxi captains and all these beautiful people, tour directors, tour guide companies, tour companies, the doctors, the nurses, everyone who works in a hospital, think about these people, because these people are truly sacrificing themselves in a really scary situation. Glad you switched careers. Yeah, visit that mom and pop you've been too busy to visit. Exactly. I like that comment. One of your teachers, students, China. Wow, and she's a doctor. See, there you go. I mean, I have seen videos of doctors in China like losing it, like losing their, like crying and all that, and it's so sad. So sad. But you're really far. Martyrs? Yeah. The doctors, maybe. Okay, John, not doing the best, John. Not doing the best tonight, John. Not doing the best tonight. Yeah, the doctors. Yeah, the doctors are basically martyring themselves, and the nurses. So think about those folks, ladies and gentlemen. Think about all those people. Because all across the world, doctors and nurses and healthcare workers in general, they're hurting right now, because they're going to be really, potentially, especially here in the United States, potentially really overwhelmed with work. So we have to all, again, think logically, think proactively. Don't think hysterically. Think positive. Try to think positively. Good to see you, Cheryl. Well, you heard about the nursing home here in, not that far from here. There's a nursing home that has people with COVID-19. So not that far from me. But your friend's a nurse. You're dead worried about her because she worked. You never know, April. Exactly. We have to stay calm. We'll get through this. Logical thinking is paramount right now. But we're here at an hour, so I'm going to end this broadcast now. I want to thank everyone for letting me kind of verbalize this stuff. New Rochelle has an actual area where it's a quarantine area, but we have a nursing home here in South Brooklyn that has a couple of people. But I will try to feel better. Hopefully they will find a cure very soon. But from Brooklyn, here in New York City, this is Touch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish your moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Wash your hands, folks. I'll see you later. I'll see you probably tomorrow morning on my Instagram if I get to work early enough and if people know how to order coffee. I'll see you later.